this is Fiona. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a little project. I've just been fiddling around with some A4 paper, just one sheet of paper, and just sort of folding and seeing what I can create. So this is for the Freebie Friday from last week, actually. Yeah, I said I was going to put up a video. I intended to do it last week, but I didn't get there. So I just get busy sometimes with babysitting and other things that I'm doing, and time just gets away from me, so sorry about that. But in the Facebook group and on my Ko-fi page, you will find the freebie, which is part of a new printable kit, which is just some journal pages. There's no ephemera in this one, you know, like no tags or pockets or envelopes or things like that included. It's just papers, but it does coordinate with another kit of papers as well, which I'll show you when I've run through the kit. I think it's got 21 or 28 pages. I can't remember now, but the theme is it's a academia. Now I've forgotten what it is now, like a dark academia bookish theme, I guess. It's just, and it's all in these reds and blacks and sort of whites. Well, it's vintagey, so they're creams and reds and blacks. And so the last 4 pages that I show you are going to be the four of these pages were the free printable. They're the ones we're going to use today to create this project. So I'm just going to run through it quickly. So there's that page there. This one's here. Some more frames there. It's all sort of dark academia, but it's kind of spooky, but kind of romantic at the same time. Got some beautiful roses on that page. So some of the roses, pages I've made where you've got quite a bit of writing space, and others you don't. Now on the back, I've printed. This was also a freebie for everybody on Ko-fi and in the Facebook group, and it's, I think there's like 10 pages of, we've got the plain tea dyed backing papers like this. We've got a lighter colour than a darker colour, and we've got lined pages included, and some of them I've changed the hue to say a pink and a green and a blue. I think there is in there. But these are completely free pages that you can print onto the back of your journal pages. And I like doing that. I think it's a great idea because it actually makes your pages go further. You can print something else on the back. So there's another one. And then there's this one. And now, because she's in the middle like that, I thought she would be nice in a centre spread, like a centre page. And I also made this one so that you don't have that problem. You've got 2 there, so you can easily fold it in half and you're not folding her through the middle. But I am going to bring out a kit too with just these types of photos. Soon when I get time. There's a lovely frame page there. I had to have some crows. I absolutely love crows in you know, this type of a theme. And it's funny because in real life I really hate crows because the noise they make, and they hang around and they get in your rubbish bin, and they just really are annoying, but to look at, you know, I think they're absolutely beautiful. So there we go. Then we have another one which is like it's supposed to be like poisonous nightshade. like a, you know, vintage botanical etching sort of drawing there. And then we've got some moths or butterflies. There's another crow. There's another page of the Deadly Nightshade. Got this one with those beautiful moths. And so these 4 are the ones that were the freebies. So we've got this one because I wanted a sort of a plainish page for to actually fold the base of this project. And we've got that beautiful moth there. I love that one. Some more frames here. And that is this page again, because this one sort of cut off a bit. I was having problems with my printer, but also I wanted to print it onto something heavier. So I printed onto a thicker, it's 170 GSM for the base. And then this one is part of the freebie. And this one, oh gosh, should be 2 pages there. Yeah, this one, and then we've got this one. So these last 4 are the freebies. So I'm just going to show you what I'm going to make with it. I might add in, maybe might add in some other pages from another kit if I can't. Or maybe something from one of the other pages if, you know, I can't find what I want for the journal cards. So I'm just going to put the rest aside. And this is really easy peasy. I actually meant to write measurements on it before I came on. So let me just do this quickly. This is, in total, the height is 5 and, no, that's not right, 5 and 5 and 7/8. So we got yeah, all the way up. It's 5 and 7/8. Now it doesn't really matter because we're just using one sheet and folding it, and the folds are really easy, so you actually don't even need to measure. But just to let you know, the finished size is 5 and 7/8 by, that's inches, by 4 and 1/8, by 4 and 1/8. Now, but I used an A4 paper, as I said. If you use 8.5 by 11, you just do exactly the same folds. It's just going to be a slightly different size, and then you would adjust, you know, your tags or your cards that you put inside. You would adjust the sizes to fit. So I'm going to show you how I made it. Now there's 2 ways you can use this. First of all, I might show you in a journal that I haven't finished yet. You can use it 2 ways. One way that I thought is you could, because it opens like this is all writing space. You could wrap it around a page and pin it on like that, and you would have your pocket here. I mean, if you wanted to glue it down, you could, because this is also a writing spot under here. So the idea of this was to have, you know, create a writing space. So this is a writing spot, as well as if you opened it. So it's up to you whether you just wanted to clip it on, or whether you would want to actually make this a pocket and put something in the top if you put it on your page that way. So it's double-sided. So that's one way of doing it. And what I was going to do was just I was going to, depending on which page you put it on, this side or this side, yeah, I was going to just have it as a floating thing and make a belly band to go around it. So then when you open it up, you've got all this writing space, as well as you've got writing space under these flaps. So yeah, I put a belly band around just to secure all that in place. So let's see. Now obviously I have to cut the borders off, because that means it's not going to be, you know, exactly the same size as my other one, but it's not going to be much different. So cut those borders off. I'm just going to take a sip of my coffee. Oh, that's nice. I'm drinking it's a salted caramel coffee. I think that's my favourite. This side. These off. Make sure you can see me okay. Oh, that was a bit crooked, I think. Let's see. Yeah, just is that? This edge may not be straight. So I think one of my edges is crooked, but it's okay. I can fix that when I fold. If I have to do some cutting, I will. Now, shall I cut all of these while I'm there? No, I actually don't need to, because I'm cutting them down into tags and things. So all I did, let's just get rid of these cut off bits. Sorry if my head was in the camera then. Just get rid of these cut off bits. So what I did was I just simply, and now the way that I want it is so that, you know, I have my writing space in here. In here. Yeah, so this has got to be on the outside. I'm just thinking, is that still going to be a writing space under there? Not sure. Let's just fold it this way first. I'm going to get my bone folder, creasing. All I did was fold the two ends back like this. I know, it's not very, you know, like, I didn't have to do a lot of thinking to do this, put it that way. So, I think it's going to work. So all I did was fold that one back and this one back. Okay. But yeah, I'm going to do more of this, just sort of, you know, mess around with paper and see what I can come up with. Folding and cutting and whatever. Just trying to make some nice inserts, ideas for our journals. And then I'm just going to take it and fold this one up. Yeah, that is a little bit crooked. It's this piece here. Might have to. And for this base piece, as I said, I printed mine onto a thicker paper. I would print it onto a thicker paper if you can, or a thin cardstock, just so it's a bit more sturdy. Now, should I cut that down? Actually, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. So yeah, we have our writing spot in there, and also under here, and all of this can be if you want it to be, unless you want to decorate these bits here with something. So I used this page because I didn't want to, you know, like these beautiful flowers and the butterflies. I didn't want to, you know, them to be hidden. And plus these will probably make really nice journal cards. So you don't need to do any gluing, okay, if you want this writing spot. I mean, you can make up your mind. You might want to just glue these two sides down, and you might want to make that a pocket in the middle for a larger journaling card. I mean, it's just double-sided. You can keep these flip ups or leave them. I mean, it has so many options really, doesn't it? As I said, it can go this way onto your page and wrap around. But I'm going to do this sort of thing with mine, and I'm going to make a belly band to go around it. I think I would glue the back of the belly band onto the page. So the first thing I want to do is give it a little bit of ink. Of course, you don't have to ink, but I like to have the ink. Try and do this quickly. And you can even open it right up and still write in the middle. So it creates, you know, if you put it on a decorated page that you can't really write on, it creates all this writing space on that page. What did I do down there? Looks like it did. Down there, down there. This side. And around here. Now, I'm going to make some journal cards, but I wish that what I'd done is actually printed these onto cardstock as well now, because I've printed that on the back and it seems a waste because I'm going to have to glue it to something else to make it more sturdy. But I didn't, so we'll just make do. So I think I want part of this page to be maybe a tag. Because it's got like the bookish theme. I just have to decide which part of the page I'd want to use. I think I want to get those books in the background, so let's see if that will work. Okay, so it's got to be slightly smaller than this pocket, so just wondering whether to slip one in there as well, you know, that you could just clip it in there, a journal card, and you'd have an extra one inside. Or we'll decide that towards the end. So I'm just going to make it, you know, slightly smaller. going to make the marks, or perhaps let's move it that way a bit more actually. Size, but then I will cut it a bit smaller to fit. I hope I can see those marks, because yeah, I mean, I didn't really, obviously I hadn't really decided before I made the video exactly what I was going to do, but I roughly I know what I want to do. Cut that bit off. There's the line there. I'm going to cut inside that line. It's about 1/8 of an inch smaller all the way around. That's normally what I do. Aside. Yeah. I don't know whether to put it in that side or this side. Yeah, so it's still a little bit wide on this side, but height wise it's good. Okay. Yeah. Could make a tag as well to go in, like just have the card plus a tag, I think. But yeah, I do want to reinforce this. Let me see. I've actually got, I think I printed out just a piece of the tea-dyed paper. I wonder if that's going to be thick enough to do it. I didn't mean to print it out, just something went strange with my printer. So I think I could probably just put this on the back. Oh, and actually this is the kit that it coordinates with. This kit is called Crimson Rose. You can see how these, you know, sort of papers coordinate with that. That kit's got mostly these sorts of women on it, plus a grungy background. So that's, the pages are full size, but I've just printed one like that because I was going to use it for something. And so I will link both the kits below. So just because I just found this one and I remember saying I was going to show you that. So yeah, so I think I'll just glue that on the back. Just glue it on the back. I'll just pause the video because you don't want to watch me doing that. Okay, so what I've decided to do is to glue them all onto the back of this sheet. So I've made another card. Not sure if I like that bit at the top there though. No, I think it'll be okay by the time I finish with it. So I've got 2 cards and I want 2 tags, but I want the tags to be a little bit smaller. So I'm just going to measure, I want the tags to be maybe 2.5 widths and about 4.5 height. So 2.5 by 4.5. Let's have a look. Get some nice tags out of these butterflies, moths. Just let me cut. I don't really want to cut any of them off. Just let me cut this bit off first. So that's going to be, let me just cut this off. It's going to be 2.5 wide. Well, it could be 3. It doesn't have to be 2.5. 2.5. Here, then I'm cutting 3. They're kind of wide up. Well, the ones at the top, it's just the ones at the top. I'm going to cut it at 3 and then I'm going to cut a little bit off the other side as well to cut it down to 2.5. So the sides will be a bit more even. 2.5 seems skinny, doesn't it? That's okay. It's 2.5 by 4.5, I think I decided. Now, it's probably going to be about the same much. Or let's do it 2 3/4. 2 3/4. That's not too bad. By 4.5. Deciding whether I want the bottom or the top. I actually quite like the red bits on there. I think I'll make that a tag, and then I'm going to keep those bits because I can use them for something else. Let me just cut down these butterflies. I mean, I keep saying butterflies, but I think they're actually, I think I made moths. Yeah, they're moths. So 2 3/4. Yeah. Let's cut a bit wider and then I will sort of gradually cut it down to try and make both sides even. Because I might just go along with the bottom again, actually. But what I'm going to do this time, I think what I should have done here was cut the bottom off first because there's a big space down there. I don't really want that, this big space at the bottom. cut this to 4.5 in height. And it's about 3 in width, so that's fine. I'm going to turn it into a tag. Now, I'm just not sure if I want this now. I think I'm going to use flowers. I'd like to do this flower. Let's cut. Okay, let's cut to the top of that flower. There. And cut the white bit off. Then do this two and 3/4, 4.5. Quite like that, but I want to cut this thing off the side because it doesn't look quite right. So it's just, you know, I could have used some of the other papers, but I want to use the freebies so that I can show you what you can get out of the freebies. That looks quite nice actually for a, what's going to be a tag. It's a skinnier one than this one. That's okay. They don't all have to be the same. So I'm just going to glue them all down. As close to the edge as I can, because I want to round, well, with the cards I want to round the corners, so I need to make sure they're glued down properly. If you used cardstock to print it, you won't have to do this bit. Got some new stamps the other day too that I haven't even used yet. Stamps and some dies. And the stamps are like tickets and labels and postage. And the dies, I have some flowers and I have some ovals. I really love ovals, oval shapes. And yeah, so I can't wait to use those, especially stamping out like the tickets, because I can never, well, here in Australia we don't seem to get a lot of you know, proper vintage tickets, like the actual admit one type tickets. They're kind of hard to come by. And yeah, I haven't done that many printable ones, but I think I'll do some. But yeah, stamping them is just as easy. If you've got the stamps, you can create your own. I always think creating your own is a lot more fun, and as much as I like the kits with everything in them, because it makes it a lot easier, I actually really, really like making my own ephemera and my own tags and journal cards and pockets. You know, I love collaging and doing things like that. So just a kit with journal pages and perhaps some collage pages or patterned papers you know, would do me quite fine. But yeah, it is always nice to have the ephemera pieces in there as well. But if you don't have those, it's really, really easy to make the journal your own. And it just adds, you know, a bit of something just to say that, you know, you made this. You didn't just cut it out and stick it down. You know what I mean? I think in my coming up journal, which will be I've got my pink and cold, pink and gold Christmas kit coming out. I'm hoping tomorrow. I think I said that last week, but it didn't happen. But it should be tomorrow because, yeah, we've only got a couple of weeks to go till Christmas. Yeah, I'm going to be using those papers to make some of my own ephemera, although it does come with lots of ephemera, but yeah, I just want to show you what you can make. And I haven't really done enough videos like that, I don't think. Okay, just picking up these papers. My fingers are going to let me. My fingers are going to work today. So I'm just going to round these corners. Where's my... Oh, where's it gone? I've got a corner rounder. There we are. And the pink one. You can still see me. Yep. Starting to get a bit dark now. It's in the evening. So this is all I'm going to do to this journal card besides inking it. So we've got that beautiful writing space on the back. You know, I could have added a bit of lace or ribbon across the top. I don't think I'll do it in this video because I don't want it to be a long one. But you know, you can decorate them. So yeah, it's turned out nice and thick too by just adding the paper to the back. I think that one can go in there. That slides in there nicely. On that side. And then I've got this one. This is another journal card. White there. Just make it nice and grungy, because I like the grungy. Put that one in there. Let's do our tags. So I need to obviously cut the... To make them even, just get that piece and put it on the opposite side. Cut again. Two tags, and I am going to punch a hole in the top of them. hole or a small hole? This one's only, I think it's 1/8 of an inch. It's 1/8 or a 16th. It depends what I'm going to put in the top. Got some red ribbon here. Red or black would be good, wouldn't it? I've got some black lace somewhere. Just eyeballing the centre. That might not be big enough. Where's my other punch? Let's use this one. It's got a bit of paper in there. Just got to get that out. There we go. Sorry about the noise. So yeah, I want that hole a little bit bigger. Better. This one. Okay. I could put eyelets in. Don't have them handy, so I won't put them in now. But I might do that off camera. Let's see, where's all my laces? Oh, big mess. Big mess. Now I know I have some black somewhere, but oh, there's a little bit. That's thicker. Yeah, I have some of this one as well. Let's see. But also black ribbon would look nice through these. I think I'll use red. I think I'll tie bows. So let me see. I'm not the best at tying bows. I don't know how other people do it. They just seem to get them. I seem to go the opposite way. I go like this. But I see people go like this. And I'm thinking, it just seems unnatural to me. Let me see if that works. Works better. It actually does work better. Because I always used to end up with one of these down the bottom, and it must have been the way I was doing it. Oh, that looks nice to me. I'm just going to cut this one off. So, oh gosh. Just cut this one off. There. That's nice. I did find some, where were they? I did see some red roses. Here they are in my little, could use some red roses somewhere as well. So I might, rather than putting that in the same one, I think I'll put that in that one, like that. So you've got all that writing spot too, if you want to. And then this one can go in this other side. And then we've got to make the belly band, so let's get cracking. This is going to be a big bow. That way. Okay. It's a bit awkward for me that way, but I'll get used to it. Just to think, all these years I've been doing bows the wrong way. Okay, so let's put that one in there. So far we have that, that will flip up. You can write, you know, a little hidden writing spot under there. You could decorate this, some labels or nice flowers or lace, writing spot under there, and then we open it up, we've got an even bigger writing spot. And if you want to, you can open it right up. So that's that. Now I was going to make a belly, you could either make a belly band, or you could get a piece of ribbon or twine and glue it down to the page. And if I've got any black, I don't think I have, but if I had some black twine I would probably do that. I'd like to put, see, that would go nice on there with some sort of an embellishment just across there like that, I think. Might just do that while we're here. Let's cut 2 strips. Glue them down. I mean, I could, you know, dress this up a lot more, but I don't have a lot of time in these videos. I don't like them to get too long because I'm sure you get bored watching, you know, some things that are self-explanatory, but I also, you know, long videos take forever to upload onto YouTube. For me, they do anyway. May not be enough glue. Because it's not a fabric glue, I need to put a fair bit, but it's a tacky glue. It's supposed to stick fabric. Well, it does. You just gotta wait a bit longer for it to dry. Yeah, that's fine. So just adding a little bit down there. Now I want to decide what I can use for the belly band. So I've got this strip here. Doesn't really go, does it? So I'm going to need a longer piece. I'm just going to look at the other pages. Look at that. I've actually printed this one. Is it this one, I think? Printed on card or thicker paper. Could probably use a strip of the frame, maybe. Let's have a look. Well, I have printed another one of these, come to think of it. I don't think the pink in that one is gonna, sorry, it's going to go. I mean, they do all go together in the kit, but just in this particular, wouldn't that be nice though if it was a bit smaller and I could cut a circle out to go on the front of the belly band. I might use one of the other moths for that. So let's use this one, I think. I'm just hoping that it's going to be it might just wrap around. Yeah, so I'm just going to cut a strip of this, the gold and red sort of patterned bit. It's really simple and easy to make a belly band, so it won't take too long. So I'm just going to cut a strip. How wide? Well, probably about, it's probably about 1.5 inches, just over 1 inch. Yeah. Probably about 1 inch or 1.25 inches. Be a good thickness. Let's cut these off with my scissors. Banging and crashing. It's because I'm trying to hurry up now. Okay, now I will put, you know, something on there, a decoration. I'm not going to leave that plain, but I can do that later. It looks nice though, doesn't it, with that? You can still write under there. Okay, so when you do the belly band, you just want to make sure it's fairly loose because you're going to be sliding it on and off. Not too loose, but not so tight that you can't, you know, slide it over everything. And I can see it's a little bit too long. So I can cut off about this much. So you just want it fairly loose on these edges. You don't want them completely up against the edge. I think, which one do I want on top? Think about there. But I actually want to round my corners. Actually, no, it doesn't matter because I'll glue something over the top of that. So about there. So while it's there, wrapped around, I'm going to put the glue on. Being careful not to get it onto the tag or anything. Glue that down. And yep, it's going to slide off nicely. A little bit of a uneven bit there. Now what I want to do is get a circle of some sort. Have a look at those moths. Now I've got a 2-inch punch. Where is it? Is it 2 inches? No. No, it's 1 1/4. It's 1 1/4. I thought it was, when I bought it, it said it was 2 inches. It says 2 inches there. You see that, guys? It says 2 inches. Right? And I'm measuring it. According to my ruler, it's only 1 1/4. Ripped off. Anyway, let's do this. So I want to get, oh God. Well, actually, I wouldn't mind one of those roses from one of those other pages, but let's just use what we've got. Oh, this comes out like that. So now this way I can see what I'm actually cutting or punching. Oh no, it is 2 inches. I was measuring this and I thought that was like supposed to be the sorry guys, yeah, no, I thought that was meant to be the size of the hole, but when you look at the actual punch, it is 2 inches. Oh God, I think I'll just go back to bed. Oh, I can't get that in. Okay, so let me see if I can do this. Need to get that in there. Oh, that corner doesn't want to go in there. Get in there, please. Get in there. That's it. I think. Oh, it's going to come out again, isn't it? All right, let me see. I need to get it in the right spot. Yeah, I need to be able to get into the middle though. It's actually quite big though, isn't it? 2 inch circle. No, but I quite like it. I think it would. Let's see if I can do something else. Let's have a look at this one. Maybe cut down so I don't have the same issue. I might have cut too much now. Yeah, I did. You know what? I don't care. That will do. Let me just do this. Let's do this. Alright. So we have a circle. It's not that bad, is it? No, I do. It is really. I mean, I wish it was in the centre. No, we can't do that. Let's do something better than that. See if there's anything left on this piece here that could be interesting. Well, to be honest, even with just the colours, you know, without it being even a picture of anything, perhaps the book's up here. Let's have a look. Books, I've got the candle there. Candle, books, and a feather. No. Candle's not bad, is it? Let's try the candle. Sort of don't know what you've got till you do that with the little viewfinder thing. a good way of doing it, isn't it? And that's not too big. I think that's nice. Yeah, I'm going to go with the candle. Okay, so all we need is a bit of ink and a bit of glue. And then I'm done. We'll be done for today. Just wanted to show you how to make that. So of course you can decorate it up however you want to. So it's a little writing spot. Not sure what I'm going to call it, but when you see the video, the title, you'll see what I've called it. So I just need to glue that on there. I don't think this has an up and a down side. So put the glue on this bit. When it comes out, glue on this bit, and because then we can glue that down and make sure we're not gluing, you know, these two bits. Centered roughly. I think what I would do, it's not going in this journal, but it's just to have a look, just pretending. You could just glue that down and then slide it in and out, or have it, you know, as I said, paper clip to the page. Put your little belly band around it. So just refreshing your memory, we've got writing spot there, we've got writing spot there, and we've got writing spot on the card and the tag, and the other card and the other tag. You know, writing, photo, whatever you want to put there. And then, and inside we've got our writing spot. We put on our little belly band. Now you could just leave it down the bottom like that if you wanted it as the decoration. Or we can pull it up, put it like that. So I think I would have it like this, and then, yeah, I would clip it to a page. So then when you take it out, you can open it out completely. Okay. So that's my little project for today. That was last week's freebie, as I said, and all my links are below the video. So thanks very much for watching, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.